In this video, we will demonstrate how to create a brand new configuration or project, a graphics project with basic structure and UI navigation. Let's go.
You're becoming quite familiar now with the application launcher, and what we're going to do is we're going to launch the config editor. Once launched, at the bottom we've allowed multiple configurations. We're going to create a new one and we're going to call this my project, and that will create a new project which has basically cleared out everything we have in the agent server and the configuration. And now we can't start it from the HMI demo anymore because that no longer applies. We need to start it from the HMI applications, and let's start the agent server. Once that is started, we will start the design application. You will hear a beep once the agent server is running, and then you'll be able to log in with the designer itself. There we go, one beep. And I'm going to create three graphic forms, the first being a landing graphic form called landing, and that default size is my laptop, which I'm working on, which is 1920 by 1080, and you can see it's sized it. It's always good every now and again to save your project and to save the server data, which saves the entire structure behind your project. And you can see I have a landing graphic form, and what I'm going to do now is drop a button on here just to work out what real estate I have. I'm going to make the buttons quite nice and big. You can see if I move it around, I get some aids from Windows to show me how to position it. And then from within the toolbox, again, I'm going to browse to templates, and I'm going to grab my template graphic object, drop it on the screen, and I'm going to dock that to the bottom, stretch it up. And now I've got a graphic form size of 1920 by 985. Make a note of that because I'm going to create two more graphic forms now, one called plant, and I'm going to size that 1920 by 985, which gives me the full real estate on which to play. And I'm going to create another graphic form called trend, and that I'm going to make it my full real estate, which is 1920 by 985. Under plant, I'm going to drop a vector, just something random on there, and on my trend I'm going to go to my data, take my line chart, drop it in here. We're not going to configure it at this stage, so just press finish. However, what we will do is we will dock it in the middle and full, so we'll start getting an understanding of what my project's going to look like. Go back to landing. Now, in order to use the template graphic object, you use buttons to load your various graphic forms within the template graphic object. I know it sounds complicated, but let's just show you. The first thing I'm going to do is to change my font size to 24, just for want of a better size, and make this plant. That's when I click on that, I want to load the plant graphic form within here. And we are now familiar with behaviors, so from the smart tag, or an execute command behavior I should say, we browse to our graphic form called plant, and that I want to load not as a modal form but into a template graphic object. Let's save that. And now I'm going to right click, copy with behaviors so I don't have to repeat that, paste it down, and this time I'm going to change that to trend and just edit the execute command behavior. Instead of plant graphic form, I'm going to select trend, and that is the basic structure for my full plant. In order to test that, let's just save the server data, and from my operator now, if I right click and toggle operator mode, refresh this project, you'll see my plant there, open landing, and technically it will now give you the basic structure for navigation and for drawing.
We hope you enjoyed creating a brand new project. In the next video, we will add a new PLC and some agents and demonstrate how to go about building the plant.